All right, hey guys, here we are, hole number 13 here. Now we're just going to go Pro D, keep this out of the bunker, which I failed at earlier. So if you guys were watching Tour Pro, very tough to keep this out of the bunker, but this should be a good wind for keeping it out of the bunker. Hopefully I'm right. So if not, we're going to start playing this a lot more aggressively to the edge. But I do think that this will stay out of it. Oh my God, I cannot believe. We're going to have to start playing this a lot more strategically. The bunker's probably going to be dead. I might not even get this to the hole. Oh my goodness. So 155, we're going to have to go Adobe. This is a tough hole. I'm just going to tell you, we're going to have to start doing this one of two ways. We're either going to have to start playing this right on this edge and or we're going to have to start top spinning it less. So that's the second time that I've made a mistake here. And of course, the longer your driver is, the better the balls that you use, the more that you can cut that corner to the left. But we're going to have to start playing that so far to the left there. And that's the one thing that I really recommend for you guys. Now, look at my Adobe here. I guess this is its time to shine. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to test out our numbers. So Adobe 5, it looks like we have exactly enough cards for a 5. So why not make this the time to test this out and see what it looks like. So I'm going to have to go out here, back to my bag. So this is going to be my first ever shot with this club. So right now, the values that I have in here are theoretical. And we're just going to see how well these theoretical values do. Whoops, wrong one. Sand wedge 6.5. This is saying 16 rings at the max line. Now let's see if I can get this ball guide to the hole. It looks close. Not sure if this is going to make it or not. I really don't know. So hopefully, well, worst case scenario, one of the things I can check out real quick, I won't have to leave this, because I can go to the clubs. I just want to see what the ball guide is on this. I won't have to leave the game, thank goodness. So 84, so it does have good ball guide. So I really don't think it's going to roll out too much more than that. But let's just try 16 rings. Now, one of the things that I mentioned with, I was kind of in a similar spot in my other guide. And I think it created, I shouldn't have to go more than 16. And what we're going to do is we're going to just push up, back up, and restore that value. Like this, with the slight tailwind. This should be right around 16 rings, and let's just see what this does. Now, I don't think that's going to register. I could be wrong. I don't think it did. So this looks pretty good all in all. So 16 rings going, more or less right at the hole. There was some additional wind effect that you'll have to consider, but you can see the adjustment pretty good, especially for me just, winging that one. This is the first time I've ever shot Adobe 5. So to even have that in the ballpark is pretty cool. But let's just say hypothetically, you were unhappy with that value. That's where the calibrate club comes in. So let's say I needed to go a lot more. I could do something like this. And you can see what that number does as it starts tweaking it. So you'll have these calibrations that you can do in the event that, my theoretical aren't working the way that you want them to. But all in all, I'd say that's pretty solid. It's definitely good as a starting value. And there's always going to be, that wind directional, wind magnitude. It's always going to kind of shift. Because you can actually see the way that slid on the green. It was, the wind effect started making it trail more. It was like hopping to the right. You could see it like over hopping. And it wasn't the break. It wasn't like natural flow. It was like hopping a little bit. So, keep that in mind.